going on strike with a job kind of thing. So that's all. If you're looking for it, it's called the strike. And Kramer, who is the big tall goofy dude, he in the entire length of this program that's been going on for, I mean, this is like season, I don't even remember now, 7, maybe when the Festivus episode came out. And in that particular episode, it became known that the strike was over. He has apparently been working at a bagel store, and the strike is over, and so he goes back to work. But then he goes on strike. The whole thing is just goofy. That's half of the. There are several components, and just so briefly, one of them is a Christmas tree. They just had a metal pole, just a bare metal pole, and we have one at our house actually. But don't tell because this was distracting. That was one piece. There's also the airing of grievances. So part of the premise was going around the table, and I remember Frank was standing saying, I have a lot of trouble with you people, and it was a chance to get all the grievances on the table so that they could air them out, which I can tell you that's not necessarily a good thing, but that's part of what their tradition was. And the last thing was feats of strength. So the father figure was strength. So why does this matter? It was one episode of one show that happened. This is a major piece of culture for people. It is very wide known that age is when you celebrate Festivus. However, our family actually this back to saying we need to have some kind of some reason to get everybody together about this. And what time of year do we do? If you get into our time, there's too much going on. The first weekend in February, point now where they're past the holidays, they need something to do, and this would be a great excuse to get together and just have fun. And that's what we started back all those years ago, and it has been our family to, again, today's officially what Festivus is supposed to be, but we do our own Festivus in February, always the first full weekend in February, starting on it was, we even say at London going down this road, but she was a preemie. She was supposed to be born on March 22nd. Girl showed up on that first Friday in February because she had to be the part of Festivus after, all this. She shows up that weekend. So if we get that much more joy out of it, that it also now is birthday time for her. So Festivus is fun. I'm just kind of curious. In other parts of the world where you guys are, is Festivus a thing with you and your friends and those you know?
Well, I think I have a question because I remember Seinfeld. Is anyone experiencing like making Seinfeld references and like younger people not understanding what's being said because they have no idea what Seinfeld is?
It's happened, yes. Unfortunately, Seinfeld. If you're in our generation, people got it almost all the time. But yeah, I can say it's happened to me. I work at a university, so pretty much nobody in that generation, unless their parents were big Seinfeld fans, there's very few and far between that I actually find catching that stuff.
Oh, that show that my mom made me watch. Okay, that.
Yeah. Is Festivus a thing elsewhere? Do you hear about others doing anything with it or referencing it?
Well, I just posted a little graphic for supporting strategies celebrating Festivus.
Nice.
We're the accounting service for the other people.
I love that. And I see Marianne is joining out. Marianne, how are you? I'm curious where you are. If you ever hear the phrase
No, I haven't. I'm back in San Carlos, Mexico. We're with Sling, and we've been away neighbors. And we went and saw the boat parade last night in San Carlos. It was absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous weather here. And finishing with my fiber graphic designer and my writer, Suzanne Sims. We Time. Often.
Okay, I gotta wait for Marianne's connection to be back. I'm seeing that looks like Brian Gibson of Project I Heard might have made a comment on the Facebook video that I have going of this, saying that Project I Heard is launching messages of hope, and that if you have a message of hope for veterans, to please email my voice at projectiheard.org, and information will be sent. So just to let everybody know about that. So again, if you have a message of hope for veterans, to email my voice at projectiheard.org. They're launching messages of hope. But thank you, Marianne, for coming on. Oh, thanks. And let me see. So, Eric, what are your plans for the holiday, if any, for the next
Do accounting.
of course.
Yeah, gonna watch some football. The wife is going out and taking some friends to go see a movie, so I get the house all to myself, and I get to sit and watch football and wait for food to be delivered to me. So not a bad life.
Had lost my reception briefly there, but catching that I'm hearing you have some free time. I believe Kurt, do you guys have the graphic candy yet? From all of the national holidays today, because I know that was one, and I can't be in the car. I can't.
Yeah, I can bring it up here in a minute.
Yeah. Pull that up right now. But is that it?
Yeah, I can bring it up in here in a minute.
Well, while you're pulling that up, I know you mentioned that with Project there's a lot going on at let's give a huge update then on that. Well, how many of you can imagine being in a spot where you're going to live in a different place? You got to look for a different job. You got to do all the things, and just go ahead, just get it done, right? No, we all need help. This is a place where Project Die Hard can step in and be of assistance. Why did this organization begin? Because of I always pause every time I speak this because it so blows my mind. If this is, how can it be that suicide is the issue that it is in our society? When you look at the statistics with this, and I believe I'm remembering them correctly here with what was shared with me earlier this week, 6.4% of our population in America is comprised of veterans. So when those that are losing their life suicide, 57% of the individuals who are losing their life to suicide are veterans. Let that sink in for a minute. Veterans are only 6.4% of our population. And I say only because it's not that big of an amount, right? But it's more than half of the people losing their life to suicide. That is not acceptable in any stretch of the nation. One is too many. Project Die Hard is in existence to give hope to veterans, to be there for them, to be the resource, to be whatever they need, so that this statistic can change for the better, change it completely. They are open for events. They're open to the public. They're still working on and still need. If you're hearing my voice, think about what you do. Can you volunteer? Do you have time, money, resources? What can you do to help make a difference? They have the space there where the sleeping quarters will be. That still needs to be remodeled and built into what it will be. So what do they need? Yes, they need people to come in and whether it's tearing down the wall, whether it's putting in the plumbing, whatever those things are. I don't even know the entire list of what has to happen, but the plan is that before the end of 2024, so 1 year from now, 100% up and running, open and operational it takes time to tear things down and build them back up, right? So we need people who are willing to come on in, lend a hand, lend their expertise, donate money. All those things are needed in order for this project to be completed. ProjectDieHard.org. You can find more information on their website, and you're more than welcome to volunteer with the group. They actually are there on the second Saturday of every month. If you want to make a plan there, you can take a road trip and go there. Spend the day with them. Second Saturday of the month, on location at City Base Rush in Macanda, Illinois. Spend the day. Volunteer your time. So there's a lot of opportunity there. There's a lot going, and the fact that they are at the point where the doors are open and they can have events, plan your next event there. Oh my goodness, what a great way to experience what's possible. What's better than actually being there, right? So with that, I'm excited about what's happening. I'm excited for where it's going, and I would be able to not mention the other piece that I can just hear Brian in my ear. Check your vet. We all know veterans, right? The year is a hard time with the holidays and with all the things going on. It really is, again, just going back to the statistics of it, that there's a spike in death. And it is horrible to say, but it is a fact. Check your vet. Call them, text them, check in, see how they're doing. Don't assume, oh, he's okay. Don't assume, because you don't know how they're doing unless you actually find out how they're doing. So reach out, make a difference. It can be as simple as just picking up that phone and making a call. You'd be surprised at different somebody. That I'm gonna pass that back through here, and have you guys? I know, like, but where the areas where you live, are you familiar with? Are there any other organizations that you've heard of that are doing work like this?
Yeah, so there's a couple of organizations in town, and there's actually just a couple of communities that kind of self-organize. So there's actually one community that a business allowed to build shelters in the back of their because it's in an industrial area. So some veterans went ahead and just built some, shelters, and it's a little community back there. It connects to a public park. So as their way of saying thank you, they go out and patrol the park because it's a park that's well known for kind of like drug use. And so they go and patrol the park as their way of saying thank you for giving us this space. I think one of the problems is kind of as organizations grow, insurance is needed and all that typical stuff. It makes it difficult for people that offer services because then a bunch of regulations come into play. So unfortunately, like similar organizations, they disappear. So it's difficult to keep track of where to go at any given situation. But I do know some people in our community who kind of just keep track of where the communities are and take the services there. We just built a big campus out here where it's supposed to be where a lot of socialists can just use one single building, but it's in a nice neighborhood. So it's people needing those services aren't, they're not convenient to get there because they don't have cars. They don't even have bus passes. So a lot of communities that kind of go to where the people are to help them out. And my background was I got started at Goodwill, and largely in part working with the youth. So there's a couple of offices here for Goodwill where the homeless youth can go to and start getting back on their feet, find some resources, and then there's another organization out here called Primavera, because one of the biggest issues of getting back on your feet is if you don't have an ID or an address, it's very hard to get services. So if you're trying to shelter, but they ask you what's your address and you don't have one, it becomes a very difficult situation of, no, I need shelter because I don't have an address. So Primavera helps those that don't have a home get started with how do we get your ID? How do we get your social security number so we can get you some resources that require that information.
That's amazing. I love that exists because it takes teamwork makes the dream work. Right?
Yeah.
That's what Brian has. The number of times I've heard that phrase, and the more I hear it, the more I hear it. Even like what you were just saying, I can hear how important it is for people to work together. Because on our own, we can only get so far. It's working together and being able to partner up, team up. That's where that snowball starts rolling, and then people start getting excited, and it keeps rolling, and more people hop on board because they see what's happening, and
people lose that purpose. And I think it's great. I love it too that they continue to have that purpose by saying, yeah, you know, I'm not able to afford my own home, or sometimes I need help with food, but I'm going to pay it back by monitoring this part to make sure that there's, you know, no one's getting hurt, that people are being helped. And that's how I'm going to not only pay back the community, but also find purpose for myself, you know, which is going to help people get back on their feet a lot more quickly and with a lot more success if they have that purpose rather than just, you know, going from one resource to another.
absolutely. I think that all goes back to that concept of bringing hope to veterans, bringing hope for anybody as far as that goes. When we have a purpose, when we have something forward to, that's, oh my gosh, I can't imagine being in a spot where I have nothing to look forward to. I can't imagine how that feeling. I'm very blessed to be in a spot where I've got so many things that I'm looking forward to, and so many things that I want to accomplish. I forget sometimes, it's easy to forget that everybody's in that same spot. There's a lot of people who are on the polar opposite end of that, and they need a hand, and it's okay to ask for help. I think that's a piece that gets lost along the way, where it's uncomfortable, perhaps. And not perhaps, it is. It can be very uncomfortable to ask for help, but that's okay. We all need help along the way. It's something that being courageous enough and humble enough to accept the help when you need it. It's a part of life.
Yeah. Well, with that in mind, I guess I should be vulnerable and ask everyone for help for coming over to my kitchen and cleaning up the big mess I made when I cooked the hams.
Awesome, yes.
Come on, Kurt. Come on over. I got a sponge for you.
That's, you know, honestly, that's something I could do. So, I would say, remember earlier on, you were making a comment about with just a year, things get super busy for you. What does your busy season look like? Because, you know, depending on what we all do, we all have different times of years that are busier than others. I know I work at a university, so I definitely have seasonal times with my work too. How is your season?
So it usually starts off with people who have not done well for various reasons, and who have actually continued not to do anything almost because of like and then trying to find the help. Unfortunately, a lot of just want to deal with the easy stuff, like prepared and in order and just handed to them. Life doesn't work that way. So I tend to work with a lot of people needing more help to put together everything. So the phone calls start coming in about this time of year of they realize taxes are coming up. How do they get things in order by then? So then I start organizing them to get all their information where they need it to be. And then usually about March, I call it, instead of tax season, I call it filing an extension season, because I'm filing all those extensions because everyone says they got everything into me and I know better. So I'm waiting for that phone call on April 14th where they go, oh, was I supposed to report that $500,000? And I'm like, I knew that was coming. So we'll usually after the 15th file on all the stuff that they forgot about. So the season goes a little bit longer than expected, but you know, that's what I do. So getting people from that big box of receipts into fileable taxes, and then even following up afterwards. You know, some people have, since they haven't filed for a while, have, you know, they have a lot of penalties. So then I partner with the tax attorney, so that anyone that has more than $10,000 owed to the IRS, you can usually get that down to a couple of thousand. So just working with others that are specialists and being willing to say, look, I'm not, this is, someone else is better at this. Let me refer you to them so that they can get the best service that they deserve.
So with somebody who's in that position, got every last piece of everything, work with those who aren't, who have that knowledge and have that.
Think I lost something there. I'm gonna assume the question. So anyone who isn't ready to file, I would say start gathering up what you can. And what usually one of the barriers
of what's possible. So here's the question too: do you work with individuals and
dropping it. Tell me on. Again.
Hey, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
You all?
welcome aboard! Merry Christmas, Happy Festivus. How you doing,
Yeah.
Johnny?
I'm doing well. Sunny California today, so yeah.
Awesome.
How about you all in the snowy states? Man.
We're
There's not much for snow here at the moment.
Yeah,
we just hit our winter here in Arizona. We're looking at temperatures in the 50s until for about 2 weeks. So we're hoping we can survive. It's pretty rough. I had to put on a sweatshirt today.
Yeah. Long sleeves. Oh boy.
Right? I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Have the snowbirds already flocked in?
Yes. So they're about 20 miles south of us. There's a huge snowbird community.
Is it the quartz? I know there's like a gem show or gem
of the quartz site. Yeah. So there's one up there. That's maybe 4 hours away from us. That's like right in the California, Arizona border.
On the border.
Yeah. We have the largest jam show here in Tucson, though. So in February, I went once, realized.
Size of the item, or is it the craftsmanship in the the fixturing, or I guess?
Yeah, it had a lot to do with like in the design and I guess like the purity of the actual gem. So I guess like a lot of the diamonds that we buy, they're considered lower grade.
For expert only.
Yeah, so I guess these were the best of the best and just elaborate and amazing. And someday I too will get to have a tiara, and I'm everywhere.
Yeah, if it's that 14,000 carats, yeah, I
Right.
guess.
Well, I also like, I guess even like, because
You have
sometimes
to
those
get it like a
prices
neck
will
brace
vary.
to keep it up.
Yeah.
It's quite heavy. Gold is
I
not light.
imagine like even on some of the more, I guess, quote unquote affordable stuff, I can't imagine walking around the street with like $10,000, I think. Like that's, I don't know. I can't, it's not my thing.
Yeah, well,
I'd be worried all the
good
time.
to know, right? You know, you're not your thing.
Yeah.
So.
Unlike Kurt's just always dripped every day with like 2 million in diamonds on him all the time.
Yeah, is any of his diamond encrusted water skis?
Yes.
Does it make you go faster? Cuts
He
through the
actually
water.
surfs, or he actually skis on the Lake of Diamonds, is what he does.
That might hurt if you fall. So that's how good he is.
That's how good he is.
That's how good Kurt is. Yeah.
So what are you up to?
Let's see. Today, Saturday. No parties today, but baking. I got to bake some food for tomorrow. Baking. One of my specialties, I guess, is found we have had I get a bread maker since our wedding. So it's maybe this is the second one. This might be the replacement one, but we had a bread maker.
The bread maker, or the replacement wife?
The bread maker.
Oh, okay.
The Mr. Bread number 2. So yeah, the wife is the same. So that's been fantastic. So, yeah, we're making Hawaiian bread.
Oh wow.
For Hawaiian bread, and there was another one we usually do is no knead bread, but I think the Hawaiian bread is a little more. I don't know. It's just it's always a kind of a crowd pleaser. So if it's potluck or something like that, oh yeah, the bread's always gone. If it's not gone, then can I take this home? So it's like it's gone. So baking that today. My having dinner with my wife's at my wife's family side on Christmas Eve. So that's a good question. Is it who celebrates on Christmas Eve, and then what do you do on Christmas, or who celebrates on Christmas Day or evening? So. But yeah, so we're celebrating dinner at 2 p.m. So that's like
Wow.
That's a little early.
Yeah.
But they used to celebrate early, and then my family is on Christmas evening usually. So yeah.
Yeah, we make it easy. We just go grab Jack in a Box, and that's our Christmas dinner.
Not Chinese food. I mean, Chinese restaurants are open. So
you know what? Having grown up in Los Angeles, where I can get some really good Chinese food, and then going to Panda Express or anything similar to that is just not. It's
like
not
the only thing available in Tucson.
Yeah, but it's also a lot like
Phoenix has a Chinatown.
Yeah,
I was surprised.
I
guess I shouldn't be surprised, but I was surprised.
I need some good stuff, not sweet and sour pork that's been sitting there all day.
Oh yeah, and the warming chafing dish. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been spooned over a few times.
Right. that piece is molding. Cover it up with the rest of it. Gosh.
Yeah, that's the old batch. Just mix in the
Yes.
new one. But yeah, so yeah, I had a high school. I had a friend who was Jewish, and so it's like, what do you do? He goes, we always go to the movies and we go to Chinese restaurants. So he goes, he's looking around in the movie theater. He goes, I recognize you. You're Jewish too. You got the nose. You got the. I can tell by the schnoz that you're. But that was.
Well,
that was interesting.
I got my ancestry.com results back. Apparently, I'm 1% Jewish.
There you go.
I was talking to someone about that who's like Jewish, and she goes, "Yeah, we get the most influx of people to synagogue when they do the ancestry.com and find out the results, and they're 1% Jewish or something like that."
Oh, so then they feel obligated to go to synagogue.
Yeah,
like, I better honor the tradition and the faith. Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if they convert. That's the next level. Right?
Well, I was joking with my wife that I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go to synagogue, and she's like, what day is that? I'm like, I don't, Sunday? So
I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, my friend, I still remember his name, Elon Bar Evans. I think I've looked him up just to see. Probably should network with him and see how he's doing. See if he's. I don't know. I don't think it was him that was said they go to movies. It was a high school friend. He was. I want to say second or third grade. Be back.
Yeah.
But yeah, hanging out. I did go fishing yesterday. Yesterday, yeah. First time in a kayak, and I'm sure Kurt, being on the water, he knows what happens when you capsize. So I capsized in the ocean. So it's like,
Oh no.
I just sent a Facebook message, Monterey Bay Spearfishing Club, to say, hey, if you happen to see a rod, orange rod and reel, please give me a call or message you back. I'd love to have it back. So, but yeah, there's it's pretty cool because as we were leaving, there were some spear fishermen out there, and they said, yeah, just put a post. They're pretty, so it's like a very cool community. When you build a community and they're kind of giving in that way, so yeah, just post it out there and someone might find it and get it back to you. So I'm hoping, crossing fingers.
So when you capsized, did you try to grab some fish while you were in the water?
There was a fish that. So the thing I posted too is that I just baited it, and I just put the bait on there, and then it just went under. So I'm like, if there's fish on there, you can have the fish. I just want the rod and reel back. So I'm curious as to what it caught by itself in the water. So yeah, we're catching bass. My son caught his first lingcod, which is a ugly fish if you look it up. His mouth is bigger. There you go. So my son's having a barbecue with his friend who went out there. He's gonna cook it. Well, I guess he's having a barbecue of ribs, and then they'll probably have fish. I'm not sure if they're gonna barbecue it, but so man, cod and rock cod. So
So
Yeah,
I usually just go to the supermarket to go fishing.
That's a good place. You always a winner.
Right? And just
Yeah, you pull a number, you grab the number, and you tell them which one, the fishmonger.
Actually,
Now,
and then growing up in
there's
Los Angeles,
there's
would
no
go to some of the
99
Chinese
ranch near you.
markets.
that?
There's no we don't got
99
it.
ranch.
No,
Phoenix has it.
yeah.
Phoenix has one. So.
But I remember going to like the markets there, and like the fish are still alive, and then they just pull them out and like crack them on the head with a hammer.
Smack them on the head. Yeah.
Like,
Scale them.
right.
So if you're in an area and there's a 99 ranch or one of those Asian markets, even the ones in, it doesn't have to be the fresh fish, but that's what's in the Asian culture. It's the freshest, right? They want the freshest food possible. So, it's catch, kill, and eat, right? Or so but yeah, they a lot of times they have the deep fryers in the back.
Oh, really?
They will. You tell them, what do you want? You want your fish cleaned, gutted, scaled, either filleted, whole. We usually eat whole. I mean, that's because they want to show that it wasn't, I don't know, that there wasn't parts, right? Or how fresh it is, right? And gutted, cleaned, fried, and you want it crispy fried, or steak or whole, or filleted, and they'll fry it for you. So you can have your meal, per pound, whatever it is. And it was usually fish, surprisingly, are pretty light as far as, density. So you can get a pretty big fish for $6-7 and fry it up and have a feast. Right as you finish shopping, you're like, okay, go pick up your fish, and you got fish and chips right there. Or at least you get your fish. So yeah, it's a quick tip from I guess from Bay Area knowledge of like how to, if you want fish and chips, man, just go to the Chinese market. Yeah.
Get the chips somehow.
Yeah, just go bag of shrimp chips or something like that. Yeah. So what's anyone have a favorite meal? Looking forward to something to eat Christmas time?
Emily hasn't talked about food. What are you having for Christmas, Emily?
Kind of a turkey and potatoes and other good stuff like that.
They're doing turkey, like Thanksgiving turkey
chicken, like a turkey chicken breast and a thing.
Not turducken.
No.
Have you heard of that one? That's
I've heard of it, but I'm not sure if I've ever had it before. So
I had it once. I wasn't my favorite. I don't like the Cajun spice on it.
Oh, turducken? I don't know if I've ever ordered one.
Yeah. So one of the birds, I think they do like Cajun style.
Oh, and they stuff it in. And
yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know which one is Cajun or if they're all Cajun, but
yeah,
one of them's Cajun.
Okay. Yeah, I know John Madden, our sportscaster, but he was a Raiders coach, right? So he always talked about that. That's his Thanksgiving meal. I think for me, I'm looking forward to, my aunt always made the sweet potatoes, the candied yams, I guess it would be called. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
We really do just Jack in the Box. That's our quick and simple.
Jack in the Box. Was there any specific
tacos,
burger meal, or
tacos?
On the Spanish side, okay.
Those disgusting. I know that's not meat tacos. No one should be putting this inside their bodies, but they're so good. They're so disgusting. They're so good.
we had a revival of Jack in the Box when they announced they brought out the Munchie meal. Have you heard of that one?
Yeah. Yep.
After 9.
Yeah. Like
6
the
or 9.
weird stuff, like French fries, but with like some weird sauce on it, kind of like.
Yeah. And then like a hash burger with hash browns or something like
That
that.
one was good.
Yeah, but then it came with 2 tacos and the curly fries and a drink. It was $6 when they introduced it, man. It was, so my friend who told us about it said, family of 4, 2 daughters and a couple, right? They said, yeah, they saw it and they said, oh, let's go get a munchie meal. And so each one of them ordered it. And they're like, it is so much food. Because it does come with whatever burger or, entree you order. Could be a breakfast one. It could be a dinner, burger or something like that. A jalapeno burger or something like that. And fries, curly fries, I think, and regular fries, a large drink, and 2 tacos. So, yes, if you ever have the munchies, $6 was definitely a value meal. So, yeah. But yeah, they were like, we just had to toss the leftovers, man. It's like too much.
That does sound like a lot. Well, and when you roll up, you're like, I'm starving. I can eat all of this. And then you start eating it and you're like, I can't do this. I can't. So,
well, in comparison, like $6, right? That's a huge value compared to what you get normally. It's like, okay, here's one burger. Oh, you want fries? Okay, that's another $2 for that. And oh, you want a drink? Another, at least $2. So yeah, you're looking at it, $6, $8, $10 there. So like, for munchie meal for $6, just trying to pull people in the evening.
Our Midwest friends aren't familiar with the joys of the Jack in the Box.
Is there no Jack in the Box up north, or are you just not frequenting them?
I don't know that there are any here. Gert, have you?
Yeah.
Gert, what's your favorite or meal for Christmas? Or thing regarding Jack in the Box?
Well, that's Derek's, annual meal for Christmas. So that doesn't mean it.
I'm the only one.
Are you the only one there, or there's a line?
Usually it's pretty dead.
Ours here in California, they're shut down. I don't know.
Really?
Oh. I think a lot of places are closed. I mean, certain ones.
That's how I ended up going. Was that they would be the only place open, like on Thanksgiving, or Christmas. So that was just the easy. I know Jack in the Box is open. We'll buy a window.
Yeah.
Say hi to some miserable kid that doesn't want to be there.
You sure he's not Jewish? You're like, oh, he's Jewish. No problem. I get time. Yeah, I think the Chinese, either Chinese or Jewish. But I know the Chinese restaurants are always working. And they I don't know if they resent it, but they a lump of coal in our stocking, or is it candy canes for everyone as you enter the door?
Well, first of all, I would consider this taking care of outdoor animals. So we'd set up our tent and get our fire going, at a safe distance from our tent. And so you get warmth from the outdoor fire. You'd be outdoors or a tent for some sheltering, and you know, we put out some, you know, salt licks and so forth for the deer that are here. You know, and we'd have elf food. You know, we'd practice the diet of Buddy the elf and so on and so forth. That's
Wow.
just to get us started.
That's just the appetizers. Yeah.
You know,
So what I heard is we're not
in
allowed in
terms
the
of-
house.
Yeah, and then in terms of having an idea of what you would expect, you know, when you arrive and what's going to happen, that would just be what we do within the first hour, and then it keeps growing from there.
Fantastic.
Then we're allowed to clean your bathrooms and kitchen. And then
Oh yeah, we have plenty of toothbrushes. Yes.
Get the tile, the grout between the tiles. Make sure that's cleaned out. And he's set for the new year. Wow. That's winter cleaning.
Yeah, actually, with some of the parties we had prior to that, we started doing Festivus. We had a friend who at one of our parties drank too much, and you know, he was going to lose his cookies. So what does he do? He goes to our bathroom and he chooses the shower to be the receptacle.
oh,
And then he's thinking he's just going to pass out. And I'm kind of like, come on, man. You know, it's fine that thing was there for you.
Large
Leave yourself,
receptacle.
you know, but you're going to keep going with it. Now you got to clean up after yourself. So I kept on my friend until he got it to where there was no sign of his activity there. So.
Oh yeah.
That was sobering.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Scary.
I would have to redo the entire bathroom.
I figure
Hire a contractor the next day.
Yeah.
just stepping on it with our feet. So, you know, I heard that could be good for our foot complexion. You know, I don't know. Is that balderdash or what?
You might be onto a whole new business model here.
Right. Hold Festivus events where people drink beyond their capacity and help your foot complexion. Yep.
That's
So,
the Boxing Day event.
there it is. Yeah, the other part of the story, folks, is you know, as far as inspirations towards Festivus, basically it was you know, kind of in the midst of meeting Sue, you know, because I basically was out at University of Wisconsin-Madison, and then there was the year out there where I met Sue, and then with the college winter break, what do I get an appetite to do but to call up a few of my football buddies, a couple of my classmates from high school, or school days anyway, through the K-12 system, you know, call up my football buddies, my classmates, you know, that I used to play football with, and I asked them if they had any interest to get together. So I had a few of them telling me that we were gonna, yeah, let's get together. And I said, you know, hey, if something comes up, because I know my friends where maybe you guys have friends like this, where it's like any excuse will do. So you look forward to doing something, and then some reason it didn't happen, and then all of a sudden you find out, you know, their reason why they didn't. So I try to protect from that. And I said, hey, if you end up having somebody else that you're in touch with, and it's kind of like you feel like you got to pick and choose, it's like, no, invite them over, you know, whatever friends, you know, you have me talking to, just invite them over. So I'm basically, this is when, you know, at college, I'd come home and I'd be at my dad's place. So then I'd be like, you know, so I called him because I told my dad I was going to call a few friends. He's like, how many people, you know, are we talking? Because he knows how parties can get. So I'm like, I'm just calling a few of these guys. And I told them that if they're talking to anybody, you know, that they could bring them. But how much is that going to happen? You know, just maybe a couple people. Like it's probably just going to be 5, 6.
In your estimation, yeah.
Well, what happens is they're doing something where I don't know if they meant it to pull one over on me or whatever, But next thing you know, this is a party for 20 people. And I'm not ready for that. My dad and I are ready for that. So then I pull over a couple of my lineman buddies and I said, hey guys, I really got put into something here. I'm not ready to have a party for all these people. You know, I need to send you guys. You guys got to go and you got to make this, make this party that you guys created happen. Go to the store and bring. So these guys are bringing back, plenty of beer and liquor and food and pizzas and so they got my dad making pizzas, and then this guy that used to be our quarterback, he's sitting there making Manhattans for my dad. Well, by the time I'm done with my dad, I come upstairs and my dad is on the lazy boy, and he's not even leaned back to be lazy. He's sitting back like in stuff forward. And and they got him like he's passed out, sitting down. He's like sitting down and just kind of like almost in a vertical fetal position. And that's where he was for the longest time. And then all of a sudden what's happening is another guy he was one of our lineman tackles. He was one of our tackles, and that was his position during school days. And so this guy is being carried up the steps. This guy got so inebriated he had to be taken out to the car and hauled away.
Oh, and upstairs is out, huh? So the rooms are downstairs, the party room, and then
we take people that for parties. We go down into the dungeon downstairs.
Oh man, so it is a task to get them out of there.
Yeah. I had to carry him up and out and into the car. Just making it all day Saturday. So we did 7 p.m. on Friday, 7 p.m. on Saturday, and that we made it a full thing that way. And then we
24 hours, man. You guys are full service.
Yeah, well then we kept growing, and then we did it to where it's like, all right, let's make it where we got guests 2 nights if they want. And then so it became a Friday, Saturday, Sunday thing where now it's 4 p.m. Friday to 5 p.m. day. And then with Sunday it really could go till 8:30 or 9, but we schedule it till 5 just to kind of starting to put the brakes on it type of deal.
Yeah.
So that's kind of
what the party seems like. The party never stops at the Roscoff household. So
that's right. Any excuse to party, I'm on it.
There you go.
It's ridiculous. I'm there, and if it ain't ridiculous, I ain't doing it.
Bring something if you got it, I guess. Otherwise.
That's right. So we're gonna have Zoom open. Emily's gonna be on here hosting the Zoom session, for the entire time. So thank you, Emily, for your service.
Doing well. Doing good. All right.
All right, Emily. Are we doing encores or where are we at now?
1 o'clock on my time.
I suppose we'll do the encore. But anyway, I wanted to thank Tommy and Derek for coming on today, and anybody else who has tuned in today. We are
Cameo appearances, awesome. Yeah.
And we are here every Saturday. So love to have anybody. If anybody's interested in coming on the show, or otherwise we're at least tuning in, have you? It's at the same time, same place, at 1 o'clock Central. And encourage everybody to check out all of our social media as well, and to share that around so we can get the word out about all the shows, or our other shows too, not just this one. And also would like to give a special thanks to Marcus Hart of Transforming Media, Lawrence Wingate of Wingate Studios, and Zach Clayton of the Back Channel for their support of the show and promoting their show or the shows, as well as any connection with the Disability Channel. Kurt, do you have anything you want to add, or Sue, if you're still there?
Yeah, so as we keep going, next week with December 30th, the last Saturday before the new year, and every Saturday show, we're going to be turning the corner into 2020. And this last month, I've been practicing, my messages and narrative and review of, the dozen different organizations that Emily and I are doing our work through. And so it presents a collective. So we're going to be unpacking that and making that our 2024 mantra, World of Ability, bringing you this magical collective. So look forward. So Sue, did you have anything in your garbled connection, or are you good, Sue? All right, we'll take that silence to mean that, Emily, we can wrap this up. Looks like we did our Festivus episode.
Okay, thank you, everybody.
Right. Fantastic.